Okay, so let's go ahead and work this Hooke's law example. And in this example, we're told the suspension of a car sinks by 1.2 centimeters when an 80 kilogram person gets in. Okay? So, to do this problem, remember the force applied by a spring is negative kx. So that's the force applied by the spring. Now the force applied to a spring that leads to a compression, that force is going to be equal and opposite to the spring force. So remember, if you have some spring here, okay, and it applies some force on an object, well, therefore the object is applying an equal and opposite force on the spring. So therefore the force applied on the spring will be the negative of this, which is just kx, equal and opposite. So therefore in part A, we're asked to figure out the spring constant. So the spring constant is the force applied to the spring, we'll just say force on, divided by the compression, x. The force applied to the spring, well, this is going to be mg. That's the force applied to the spring. And so the mass of this person is 80 kilograms. G is 9.8 meters per second squared. And the compression is 1.2 centimeters. Now we need to get that into meters. So that will be 0.012 meters. Okay? And that gives you the answer for K, 65,300 newtons per meter. Okay, so there's our value of the spring constant K. Okay? Now in part B, we are told that a second person climbs into this car, and now we want to know how much has the spring compressed now. Okay? Well, we can use the same equation here. Okay? Except this time we're solving for x. So therefore x is the force on the spring divided by k. Okay? So the force applied on the spring now is twice the mass of one person times g. Okay? Because there are two people in that car now. So it would be 2 times 80 kilograms times 9.8. So 2 times the mass of one person, which is 80, times 9.8, and then divided by k, which is our 65,300 that we calculated in part A. So the answer you get here then is 0.024 meters, which is 2.4 centimeters. Okay, which is exactly twice the compression when we had just one person in the car.